First things first, just make sure you have a Geometry account. If you don't, you can just head over to geometri.com and sign up, right? It's a really straightforward sign up process. Once you have an account, click on sign in. And once you sign in, you will land on the portal. The portal is just a list of all of your current projects. We'll be creating a new project for today's webinar. So just clicking on create new experience and saying this is the experience for webinar November 22, right? And here, this is my new project. You click on it, and what you see now is the geometry editor. This is the place where we'll be creating our metaverse. So right off the bat, what we'll be doing is adding a 3D scene. A 3D scene is what enables us to walk around and start creating our scene. So click on plus over here on the top left corner and click on 3D scene. The moment you do that, you will enter a space that looks like this. Now, what really happened when you clicked on plus is if you head over to the right side of your screen and click on structure, you will see that this is our complete scene graph, right? This is the whole world that we are creating within Geometry. So we have one default scene, which is a 360 scene. And what we just now added is a 3D scene, right? I'm going to be renaming this to 3D scene. Things remain simple. 3D and there. Now, this is a 3D scene and it already has a lot of things built in. For example, we have a panel image here, which is the image that you see outside. We have the environment element over here, which is this building that we are in. We have the zone. Zone is this green cylinder that you see over here. Zone is the spawn point. So when you're born in a space, you're born inside the spawn point, which we call zone over here. And we obviously have a few default lights to illuminate the whole thing, right? The blue boundary that you see, the blue walls, they're the scene bounds. This is what defines where a user is allowed to walk, right? This is what prevents someone from, for example, going over here and falling off the window, right? Scene bounds are the bounds of a viewer inside a scene. We are obviously in the editor, so scene bounds don't work for us, but they will work for the viewer, right? So this is our whole scene. First of all, what I'm going to do now is just change the panel that we have. So click on the panel over here, go to its properties and say click to upload. Now, when you do that, you open the file manager. In the file manager, you can just drag and drop any image that you have from your computer, or you can use any of the plugins that we have to choose anything, right? For example, let's choose a plugin, SH by Geometry, and try to change the panel image that we have. So I'm thinking we need something like stars over here, right? So scroll down and choose stars.jpg, click on import. Once it imports, it'll give you a message file imported, select that and and click on select, and there the panel has changed, right? And also the environment that we are in. This is the default building. This is the default model that we have. Let's change that to something more interesting. So go to structure, click on environment, go to its properties, and change the file. So I've clicked on file. Let's use one of the free imports that we have from Sketchfab. We have something interesting called Campfire. Let's use that for now. This one, right? Click on select, and there the 3D model has been imported over here. The reason it looks small is because whenever Geometry imports anything, it tries to fit it in a box of 2 cross 2 cross 2, right? We just need to scale it back up to make it look normal. So click on this, go to scale, and change it to 1. Right, the moment you do that, it is back to the normal scale, and this looks a lot more normal than earlier. The scene bounds, we are good with the scene bounds, just they are interfering with the creation process. So I'm going to turn it off right now over here, right? The campfire scene has this fire at the center, which is probably animated. So let's turn on the auto animation. So the fire keeps moving. Also, one interesting fact is the zone is in the fire. So people will be born in fire right now. So let's move this zone out of this. Let's move it somewhere safe. So I'm going to be selecting this. To move anything, just click on translate, right? And once you do that, you get these arrows that allow you to move and place objects. So I'm just going to move it a bit over here, right? So this is the place where people spawn, and that's perfect, right? Also, as you can see, the environment is slightly on the lower end, right? We could probably increase the height a bit. So I'm going to be unlocking the environment, moving it slightly up to make it match with the zero plane. And there, this looks like this is a perfect height, right? And we're done. So now the space is ready. And whenever people come into this space, they will spawn in this zone, in this area. You can keep previewing while you are making a space by clicking on play and clicking on preview in new tab. So over here, you will see that okay, my guess is I moved it a bit too high. Let's move it slightly lower, prevent the user from falling down. Let me refresh. Excuse me. Aha. There, right? So I was born over here in this spawn point, and yeah, that's how it works. I'm just going to turn on scene bounds. Yeah, that was a problem. This was outside scene bounds, which made me fall down every time I was born. So let me just move it over here. This should be good. Now let's preview it again. Click on play, preview in new tab, and this one should work. Perfect, perfect. I did not fall through the campfire this time, right? So I'm being spawned here right next to the campfire, and our 3D space is ready. Now let's add a little more interactivity over here, right? Let's add a person here to say something when I click on them. So how do we do that? The place where we want to add the person is probably this, right? To add something, to add any media is the same process. Click on plus and then add what you want to add. We have a few recordings, so I'm going to be adding a video. So click on plus, click on video, right? The moment you do that, we have a new video element over here. I'm just going to be replacing the file that this uses with the pre-recorded video. So go to my assets. You can use this video from assets by GMetri. Green screen videos. You can use this. So let's import this. And it's imported. Select, right? So now we have this video over here. Whenever you have a video recorded against a flat background, it could be a green curtain, it could be a red curtain. The color doesn't really matter. But whenever you have a flat background, you can just get the background removed by scrolling down over here and clicking on green screen, right? So it looks like now the person is really standing in front of us. Let's scale it up a bit. The model looks slightly um, uh, lesser in height than reality. So let's just quickly fix that. Um, the way to do that is go to its properties and scale the file up a bit. There, perfect, right? This looks a lot more natural. Now, another problem over here is if you walk over here, you realize that this is in fact a 2D video, right? It is not really a 3D model. To fix that, you can just click on this, scroll down, and turn face camera on. What this will do is that this will make the model always look at the camera, no matter which direction you are looking at it from, giving you the impression of 3D, right? Yeah, this is great. So now we have a model over here. And let's say you want the animation to start once you click on the model itself, right? So for that, we have rules. So go over to rules, click on new rule, and you can say when the video is clicked. So the rules engine is what gives power to your metaverse. This is what allows you to link various scenes. This is what allows you to animate various videos, various 3D models, and so on. So here, what I really want to do is I want to say when the user clicks on this model, I want the model to start animating, right? So when video is clicked, the video should play, right? Or I can say should toggle play pause. So when you click on it again, it also pauses. Perfect. So let's see how this looks. Click on play, click on preview, right? And let's see how this goes. So we are in this space. We have a model over here. Click on her, and she starts speaking, right? Perfect. This is what we wanted. At the same time, as you saw, when you move your cursor over her, she increased in size a bit, which is a bit unnatural. It works for hotspots, but not for human sized models, right? So for that, what we can do is we can just turn off hover animation. This will make sure the model does not move when you hover over her, right? And yeah, maybe we don't want to click on her. We want to give the user a little bit of intimation that, hey, you are supposed to click on her to start the whole process. So let's add a text element over here to explain to the user what he or she is supposed to do, right? So I'm going to be translating this over here a bit, right? This is way too large. Let's reduce the size. Um, height to perfect. And let's place this a bit over here. Right? And I'm going to scale it down. Perfect. And also turn on face camera. So it always faces the user. And over here, I'm going to say, click on this, and I'm going to say, click to start. Right? So now when the user spawns in this place, he or she has a few instructions to guide them on what they're supposed to do in the metaverse. You can also add a simple rule which says, even if the user clicks on click to start, which is if the user clicks on the text, the video should still start. So it doesn't matter where the user clicks, whether it's on this or on this, the text will always start. So yeah, we are done with the metaverse. That was quick. Now it's time to publish this metaverse, right? To make sure the rest of the world can see what we created. The way to publish your metaverse is click on play and click on go live. Either this, or you can just go to the deployment section over here on the bottom left corner. Click on new deployment, and there, the deployment is live. This is the link that you can share with everyone to get them onto the space. By default, the authentication is public, which means anyone can view this link on their browsers. You can also change it to social to make sure that users always use their Google or Facebook account to be able to access this link. There are also lots of other authentication mechanisms like SCORM, like load from other experience, like Google, Azure, and so on, covered under viewer groups. That's an advanced topic for later. If you want multiple people to be able to come into the same space and look at each other, just turn on multiplayer mode. This and under the control bar, you can control what you want people to see. If you want screen share options, just turn that on. If you want chat options, just turn that on too, right? If you want to embed this on your website, you have the embed code over here. If you want a full screen page containing this metaverse, this is the code for that. So yeah, this experience is live and ready to go. I'm just going to copy this link, share it with all of you over here, right? And yeah, we are done. So yeah, open to questions. If anyone has any. Of course. So now what happened is we ended up in the first scene that was there in the metaverse. So because this was the default scene, this is the first scene that people land in, but we want people to be able to come in directly to 3D scene, right? So go to settings and change the initial scene to 3D scene. That should fix it. Now, if I refresh this, you will see that I land up directly in the metaverse scene. So enter my name, select my avatar, and I should be in the campfire scene there, right? And now when I'm in the campfire scene, I can click on click to start or this. Okay, let's check what's wrong with this. Toggle play pause. Let's do play and make sure that this is muted. Yep. Aha. All right. This is an and. It should be an or, right? You can choose. What that meant was if you click on both of them at the same time, only then it starts. This should have been an or. This should fix it. All right. See. Head over here, model, and click, and she starts speaking, right?